Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Marvel Legends Binary, which I do believe is a Walgreens exclusive. I know I couldn't find it anywhere else, and I finally found it there, so I'm thinking I remember correctly that it is a Walgreens exclusive. This is a figure that I was actually very excited for. I've always thought this was a very cool character design, and I thought if done well, it would be one of the best looking on-the-shelf type of Marvel Legends ever. It's just the high contrast design, the red, the yellow, the white, like it's just a really cool design, and I was hoping Hasbro would do a good job being a Walgreens exclusive. Well, they didn't. There's a few things they did well, a couple, and then there's some things it's like not okay. So let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. This figure stands to the top of the head, not the top of the fire thingy. Let's say 6 1/4. That's probably just a touch high. Let's say it's about 16 centimeters, give or take. Of course, the fire sticks up just a bit. Now, before we get into the rest of the review, let's do a quick question of the day. Do you guys like this design for Carol Danvers? Or any, like just in general, do you like the design? I guess that's fine, it doesn't matter who it is. I like it. I think this is super cool. I've always liked it, the white with the red and then the flames everywhere. I love it. Now this, let's go ahead and talk about the aesthetic on this release. It's one of the worst paint jobs I've seen from Hasbro. There is paint on it, so we get more paint than we usually get, but it's not done well. We'll start with the flames. The arm flames look straight up terrible. I don't get it. Like, look at Lady Loki, or Female Loki, or whatever you call that figure. I haven't reviewed the retro one yet. Hang on. I'm going to grab it. I remembered I had it right here. It was just sitting right here, because I haven't reviewed it yet. Look at the paint job on this figure. There's paint everywhere, and it's super clean and good. And then look at this figure. It looks terrible. It's so bad. Even just the line work on the red to white transition, it's all jagged and crappy looking. Up here, it's not even close. The red part on the torso doesn't match the arms or the head. The lines aren't clean. The only clean paint on this figure is the stars. I guess the face is pretty clean too, I'll give him that. So the face and the stars, that's it. That's the only clean paint. And it is only paint, by the way. Otherwise, it is just a completely blank build. Nothing else. New head and paint. And it's a body that's not particularly good either, I'd like to mention. It has the big boobs and the butt that sticks out this way, but otherwise the figure has no shape at all. This should have, if any figure should have been on the Moonstone body, it's this one. Look at this. She's got some thickness to her curves. A little bit, you know, like a reasonable amount. She's not the curviest one ever. This looks like a skeleton with some ham draped over its bones. That's definitely the way I'm describing it from now on. It seems reasonable. So yeah, it's all paint job, and the paint job is terrible. The flames are atrocious. They're so bad. So bad. I thought this was going to be a really cool piece, and it's pretty good. I think it probably should have been a little bit bigger, but it's not bad. It is shaded, or faded, I guess I should say. It's a little warped from the packaging, but that's a cool enough piece, and the head has that samey look that all of the Marvel Legends females have. They almost all look like the same person. I don't know why, other than they're reusing a head sculpt, it seems, and then just tweaking it. But it's just, for a character design that's so simple but so cool, this is not doing it justice at all. So I'm going to give the aesthetic on this figure only a 3 out of 10. The paint job is just terrible. Mismatched colors, unaligned, disaligned, misaligned. Goodness gracious, no sleep again. Misaligned tampography. The colors on the tampography are bad. This arm is even worse. Look at that. It's ridiculously bad. So yeah, that's not good. Now, as far as accessories go, we do get the open hands and the fist hands, so I like that. The versatility is nice there. Then for effect parts, we get some reused ones, which are, I believe, from the movie Captain Marvel figure, and they're not really good. I don't understand what these are supposed to be. I guess you're supposed to wedge the fist in there, and it kind of looks like a fireball, but it really doesn't. We have much better versions of that we've already seen. Johnny Storm had some fireball type things. Those look way better than these balls. not good balls. And then we do have the swirly effects, which, I mean, this is an appropriate use for them, I suppose. Wrapping those around her arm looks nice enough. But that's it. So it's like nothing new except the head. And then a lousy paint job and reused accessories that aren't even very good. Accessory-wise, I'll go 5 out of 10. That's being generous. And I paid $26 for this, by the way. What are we paying for? What is going on? Why are so many people okay with this? It's happening because people are okay with it, and they really shouldn't be. It's so frustrating. So frustrating. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the articulation, even though there's nothing new here. The head is on, like, ridiculous lollipop. It's so far away from the neck. It's at the right height. That's fine. I mean, I'd drop it maybe a little bit or raise the shoulders just a touch. But it's... why do they need to have that gap? It doesn't do anything worthwhile. It doesn't... look at that. Like, you don't do that. So anyway, you get all that range on that ball, but you don't need. You do get the hinge all the way forward that just disconnects the head completely. And then you can go back with it a little bit. They left enough room for her to be like in a flying pose. So that's good. That's fine there. The shoulders, they go all the way up. That's fine. The full rotation. No bicep swivel, single jointed elbow, not quite 90 degrees. You get your swivel down there. This is not the best arm. This is probably the worst of the arms that doesn't have like the really fat forearms. We've had some actually really bad ones, but this is not one of the good ones. Wrists have a swivel and a hinge. The diaphragm joint on this figure, it leans back well enough, so that's good. And they continued to paint. So she can be in a flying pose at least. So I'll take that. It doesn't really lean forward that well. Side to side. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, I didn't even realize how bad the paint job was back here for the red. It doesn't match up here where it transitions. And then this is just so splotchy and disgusting. Oh, man. So the diaphragm joint is acceptable. Let me zoom out a little more. It's not great, but it's good enough for flying, so that's okay. For the hips, less than 45 degrees, basically no posability, shouldn't even be an action figure at that point. They do kick okay, they don't really go back too much, but just a little bit. And then we get our thigh swivel, of course. Double jointed knees work fine, we've seen these legs a million times. Ankles are okay, that's fine, and then you get your ankle rocker, it's okay. So this figure is like... does the QC cost that much? Like, just a good paint job would have been enough to make this figure not a waste of money, but it should have been on a different body, and it should have had some more effort put into it. But even still, just the paint. That's all we're paying for here, the head sculpt and the paint. And I'm willing to bet it's just the hair part, because I'm guessing that head has been used before, if I had to guess. I don't know for sure, because they all look the same. It's hard to say. It's just, the articulation gets a 6 out of 10. It's not good, it's not terrible. I mean, at $20, this bad paint job wouldn't have been acceptable. But at $26? What the heck? That's a 30% price increase. That's nuts. 30% price hike and 100% worse quality than should be? And no new parts except a head? This is ridiculous. I can't do it anymore. I mean, I have to because it's my job and I owe it to you guys, but... holy crap, I don't understand how people are defending this sort of thing. I mean, that's what I'm hearing. I don't know if people are or not. I don't watch any other videos to not affect the things I say, but I do read my comments, all of my comments, and a lot of people are apparently defending these things, and the commenters are mentioning it, and to me that's weird. But anyway, I'm going to give this a final verdict of 4 out of 10. It looks way too bad. The paint job is really where it's at on this figure, and it's not good at all. It's terrible. So I can't recommend it. It's not even close to worth $26. So there it is, guys. Sorry about that. Remember, I am doing pinned comments now, so every video gets a pinned comment. If I read a comment and it stands out to me for any kind of reason, I will pin it. Sometimes it might even be a bad comment, and I'll be like, I'm going to pin this, and let's see how that plays out. You never know. You never know. So anyways, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. You can give it a thumbs down too if you hated it. And if you want to really get me if you hated it, go ahead and share the video. Let everybody know how bad I am. And if you like the video, you can share it for that reason too. And if you haven't subscribed, you probably should. I have new videos almost every single day, basically every day but Wednesday. And I do have thousands and thousands of videos. I think it's like 4,400, something like that. Videos already on my channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting. Just not this turd.